Then I took a smidge and applied it down there.
This one's wife. 3 of us in the marriage. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Nearly 30 years ago, there was an interview on the Panorama programme with Diana, Princess of Wales. Innocently billed as an interview with HRH, the Princess of Wales, Martin Bashir's Panorama special of the 20th of November 1995 contained explosive revelations from Diana as she spoke at length about the state of her marriage to Prince Charles. She talked of Charles's affair with Camilla Parker Bowles, saying, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded." Diana also admitted her own affair with James Hewitt. Diana doubted she would ever be queen, but hoped instead to be queen of people's hearts. Her frank talk of struggles with bulimia and self-harming showed a willingness to admit vulnerability that was new in the royal family. Her interview came after Jonathan Dimbleby's programme, where Charles admitted his own adultery, but went much further. Its controversial nature ensured that a very small team in the BBC knew of it. The public interest was undeniable, as 23 million viewers tuned in to watch her interview. The interview hastened Charles and Diana's divorce, which was finalised the following August. Later, in 2020, on the 25th anniversary of the programme, detailed revelations surfaced about the broadcast and how Martin Bashir had gained access to Diana by use of forged documents and misleading allegations. This led to a full-scale independent investigation by Lord Dyson, published in 2021, after which the BBC officially apologised for the way in which the interview had been obtained and the unacceptable standards of its journalism. This groundbreaking interview that took place between Martin Bashir and Diana, Princess of Wales, is well remembered by many, and particularly with regard to the quote, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded." As we know, this one's wife engages in the Diana duplication. As a consequence of the fact that she is a narcissist, her narcissism drives her to copy other elements of other people to allow her to control them, to draw fuel from them, and to seek residual benefits. She habitually copies Diana. She utilised the same perfume that Diana wore when she went on a date with the hapless Prince Harry. She has worn clothing similar to that of Diana. She has behaved in a way similar to Diana, for example, trying to portray herself as a compassionate bananitarian. She poses in a way that is similar to Diana. Witness only recently the attempt at emulating the appearance at Thorpe Park by Diana all those years ago with William and Harry in the log flume, with this one's wife similarly going to a theme park and presenting herself on a log flume and also raising her hand and doing the false Julia Roberts smile laugh that she engages in, again attempting to emulate Diana. She talks about channeling the spirit of Diana and regularly utilises the acquisition of character traits of Diana, Princess of Wales, to not only triangulate Harry, but the public at large. And it would appear that she's doing it again in respect of that quotation of there being 3 of us in this marriage. As you will have seen, various photographs were placed on social media by this one's wife, and certain people's faces were obscured by the use of emojis. Nevertheless, as certain people commented at the time, the identity of one of those individuals was speculated upon, and it would appear that once again this one's wife is utilising the supine publications, once again, hello, for the purposes of trying to ensure that the detective work or observations of those individuals is put to one side by her own admission. This isn't because she's saying, oh, you were right. What she's simply seeking to do is to nullify the threat to control posed by such speculation by seizing control of the narrative and telling you how it is. This is demonstrated by Rachel Avery writing, "The Duke and Duchess of Sussex celebrated their daughter Princess Lilibet's 4th birthday in style at Disneyland. They also took son Prince Archie to the magical destination. But did you spot this one's wife's bestie also in the family snaps? This one's wife's longtime confidant, Marcus Anderson, is believed to be the man seen with the couple as they toured the Californian theme park. He appeared in various photos, wearing a light blue shirt, jeans and a cap in the images. This one's wife used a heart emoji to obscure his face." Marcus is the global membership director at Soho House, although he made his way up from humble beginnings as a waiter there. It's no coincidence that this one's wife had her first date with Harry at a Soho House in London, and Marcus has played a huge part in this one's wife's life. The pair have travelled the world together for various celebrations and events, and it's likely that this one's wife and her Canadian-born pal became close when they both resided in Toronto. Fans were confused and tongues started to wag when Marcus did not feature in Harry and this one's wife's Netflix docuseries. However, it's much more likely that Marcus just did not want to be in the public eye, as it seems he prefers to go under the radar when possible. Accordingly, it's been confirmed through Hello that it was indeed Marcus Anderson. And once again, this one's wife is duplicating Diana by having 3 people in her marriage. Now, her supporters will say, oh, he's just a friend, but this is meant to be a family trip, and yet Marcus Anderson is there. Do you remember when she went hiking? Marcus Anderson was there. There have been other occasions when Marcus Anderson has been spotted skulking in the background. There are those that maintain that in effect he is the pimp to the prostitute that is this one's wife, that he was part of the plan to ensnare Harry, utilising this one's wife and her spicy poontang to draw him in. Whether that is correct, the fact is that Marcus Anderson does spend an inordinate amount of time with the Sussexes, and it would appear that there are 3 in that marriage also. This has led to speculation that there might be something more than friendship going on between this one's wife and Marcus Anderson. After all, she is a narcissist who is not held back by emotional empathy or the recognition of boundaries, and it wouldn't be a surprise if there was something more intimate taking place between the two of them. Whilst there is no actual evidence of that having taken place, given the fact that she is a narcissist, and which basically means that anybody is a target for her, irrespective of her or anybody else's relationship status, it increases the prospect of that being the case. Furthermore, there are also those that have speculated that it might be the case that there's something going on between Marcus and Harry, or even all 3 of them. I'm sure you're shuddering at the thought of the collective involvement of bumping of uglies of this trio. But the fact is that this was meant to be a family day out. They would argue, well, he's a friend, so he comes along. But then why not show the friend? The fact is that this one's wife, first of all, wants to ensure it's all about her and doesn't want anybody detracting from that. And furthermore, she doesn't want people picking up on the fact that Marcus Anderson is once again turning up at a family event because it sets tongues wagging, which amounts to a threat to control. On this occasion, she has sought to nullify that threat by simply saying, yes, it was him, he's a good friend of mine, and there we are, move on, nothing to see here. But it is evident that the appearance of this story in Hello, a noted supine publication, is a direct response of this one's wife to the speculation that took place across social media, and, in common parlance, is yet another of her clapbacks, where she seeks to nullify the threat to control. This time by simply stating, yes, he was there, so what? Find something else to talk about. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.